We are live. Hey, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. All that good stuff. Just checking in. Uh, it's Majesty, real estate developer out of Atlanta. Um, this channel is all about real estate related stuff. Today is Friday, and I do real estate don'ts on Friday. What not to do. You know what not to do. And Uh, just going on a little walk here in my neighborhood in Atlanta. So yeah. Anyway, so today's real estate don't is it's actually a pretty controversial one. I'll probably get some blowback, a little hate for this one, but it's true. Sometimes people don't like truth, but today's real estate don't is don't trust an agent, a broker, or a wholesaler, or anyone that's trying to sell you a piece of property. Don't trust them. And it's interesting because most people trust them the most, especially agents and brokers. You know, you see the billboards and the business cards, you see all these different things, but to be honest with you, they are not the most educated when it comes to making decisions as an investor, as an owner, or what have you. So, and I'm gonna break down why. So, one thing that people don't know about, and I'm talking specifically about agents right now, and brokers that sell property, but most of them don't actually own or operate any property, so they can't really tell you, what they can't really tell you anything. All they know how to do is sell property, and I'm not talking about all, but I am talking about most. Most of them do not own their own home. Most of them don't own any rentals. Most of them don't, they're not actual players in the game. The only thing that they do in the game is sell property. And you got to keep that in mind. So they're just salespeople. So when they tell you, oh, buy this is a good investment, it will return this much, it will do this much. There's some good ones out there that make good money and do good, business, and they know what's going on. But there's plenty more that don't. Most of them sell 0 to 1 homes a year. So just keep that in mind. Just because they have an agent license doesn't mean that they know what they're talking about. They just want to sell you a property. So that brings me to number two. Their only incentive is to get you to close on that property. That's all they care about. They honestly don't care if you go bankrupt like a week from now. I mean, a week from after closing. They just need you to close so they can get their commission check. So, you know, that's probably one of the main things to consider as well. And it's like I say, it's a little controversial, but it's true. Yeah, so they don't operate any property. They don't own most property, and they also just need to sell you something. So you want to look at people that have more of an unbiased point of view when it comes to your transaction, and that's who you listen to. Maybe an appraiser, I would take their word a little bit more seriously. An attorney, I would take their word a little bit more seriously. People like that, people that do third party reports, they get paid either way, kind of. Those people you can kind of take their word a little bit more. But the person who's just selling the property to you, that's all that they want to do is sell you the property. They just want you to close. They're just like any other salesperson, a car salesperson. Honestly, there's no difference. There's no difference. So, keep that in mind. So that's the real estate don't for today. Is just, for some reason, agents are the most trusted people in real estate. Yet, honestly, in a transaction, they're usually the least educated person involved when it comes to actual ownership of real estate. Now, like I said, not all of them. Of course, you got your superstar real estate, your superstar brokers, all of that good stuff. But most of them are completely aloof from when it comes to anything outside of the actual transaction. So keep that in mind. Always do your own numbers. Don't trust the numbers they give you. They tell you, this it'll be worth this. This is gonna happen. That type of thing. You'll make so much money on it. Just ask them. How many properties do you own? How many rentals do you own? Do you own your home? How many rentals do you have? What's in your portfolio? What other licenses do you have? What else do you know? Like make them prove themselves outside of I just sold a house 2 months ago. You just want to make sure you're not dealing with somebody that's all they know how to do. Or if you are, then just know what you're dealing with. And most agents, like I say, and brokers as well. They don't know the actual industry. They don't know the actual business. So that's something to keep in mind. So today's real estate don't just trust an agent, a broker, or a wholesaler, or anybody whose livelihood hinges on you buying that property, because they're gonna say and do anything that they can to get you to buy that property. Once again, you can listen to an appraiser, you can listen to an inspector, people like that don't necessarily have any skin in the game, whether you buy the property or not. They're probably going to tell you the truth, or at least their version of it. And the agent is just trying to keep you in that deal. Sometimes they'll move you to a deal that's more profitable for them. That's not even as beneficial for you, just so they can make a bigger commission. That's one of the reasons that they had that lawsuit. But anyway, just wanted to clear that up. Like I say, probably get a lot of hate from that, but it's true, and I've experienced it time and time again. But they're just agents. They're not operators, most of them. So, and sorry to all the great agents out there doing good work that do own property, that also invest in different things like that. I'm not talking to you. But if the shoe fits, then hey. So y'all have a good weekend, and I'll get back to you next time. And remember, do your own due diligence on your own deals. Just trust agents, wholesalers, and brokers blindly, because they will lie to you.